Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia, and this is the Frontline Changes report. And we have a few frontline changes over at Berestove, over at the Kupiansk front, and Bilohorivka in the Sivist front, Arkhangelsk, Olivka, and Umanske over at the Avdiivka front. First thing first, we go into the Kupiansk front at Berestove. The Russian forces have been geolocated in the center of Berestove in a way. So over this location, which means that the Russian forces have actually captured yet another street over at Bilohorivka, leaving Ukrainians with the other half. So is officially speaking, based on DPA's tracking of the war, Russian forces have captured half of Berestove. Situation is getting very, very scary and desperate for the Ukrainian forces. Clearly, there is also forest lines around here that the Ukrainians can hold defense line, but situation is not looking good because the Russians are continuing to make progress over at this front line. The next front line change is over at Bilohorivka, over at the Sivers front. So it's a continuation of the geolocation that we have previously captured in the previous SIBREP or frontline changes report. So according to the Russian mapping, Ukrainian forces actually not just captured this area here that we have reported, but actually the entire tree line and further information I mean the tree lines further south of this location, which means that the Ukrainian forces have actually taken more control around this entire northeastern part of Berestove. However, Russian forces do have the high ground around here, and of course the other tree lines around at the rear so no, it is not the worst position for the Russians. The Ukrainians have captured this position, creating a more buffer, but no, that it is not exactly the best place to be. So anyway, we shall continue to monitor and see how this develop for the Sivers front at Bilohorivka. The next frontline change is over at the Avdiivka front. So this is Avdiivka city over around here in the Donetsk Oblast, and over at Arkhangelsk, Ukrainian mapping have acknowledged that the Russian forces have taken more grounds around here. Of course, this area here we have already have reported that the Russians claim to have taken all of this area here. So, but the Ukrainian mapping has just caught up, slowly. Or it could be the case where the Ukrainian information is actually more accurate, that the Russians have only just started to capture the stronghold west of Arkhangelsk. Regardless, based on Ukrainian mapping, the Russian forces have made progress over on the western part of Arkhangelsk, taking more grounds. And further south from Arkhangelsk, we have Olivka. And so over at Semenivka, Olivka region, Russian forces have taken more grounds around here, taking these few tree lines as well as the other tree line on the top, and taking very strategic positions, basically a buffer for this heavy entrenchment that the Russians have previously captured. So in the strategic strategic sense, you can see that the Russian forces with this capture now provides perfect buffer zone for Olivka. So the Russians will only just continue to progress further up and create that buffer zone for Semenivka as well. So and then there's one last frontline change is over at UMANSKE. So there is a geolocation of Russian forces in the southwestern part of UMANSKE, with the Russian forces have already confirmed to have taken the northern part. Now with this geolocation, we can confirm that UMANSKE have captured. Russian forces have captured the southern part of UMANSKE as well, and with this full capture, which looks like a butt. With this full capture, which means that the Russian forces have taken all of UMANSKE, and this actually prompts Ryba, the pro-Russian source, to declare UMANSKE captured. So on the DPA's point of view, we can also more or less confirm that it's likely that the UMANSKE have been fully captured by the Russian forces, and so the Russian forces have finally taken UMANSKE. The Ukrainians have put up a very strong defense around at UMANSKE, but eventually this seems to be the inevitable thing to happen as the Russians continue to make progress, as the Ukrainians defense continue to a fatal of the Russians putting pressure all across Ukraine. So anyway, these are the frontline changes report. You can actually check out this map over at defensepoliticsasia.com/Ukraine. this map, you can actually monitor and look at the latest information that I have plotted in. Of course, I will not repeat certain information if it's already like Ukrainian Defense Ministry reports multiple times a certain settlement is under fighting. I only put the first one that I see. So anyway, I'll see you guys in the next update.